center as I can get it, so I drifted a little bit, but I'm gonna fix that step bit. We're just gonna make this bigger. Clamp, like that seam was bulging out because that clamp was bowing up. Yeah, that clamp didn't budge one bit. That was nice. Hey guys, in today's video I just got a quick little project I want to try to get done for dinner. If you did follow along with my sheet metal brake video from a long time ago, this is actually an improvement on that. Anyways, other than that, I'll shut up, get to the video. I'm gonna make sure that when I mark these holes, I'm marking from the center of the existing holes, because there's a consistent point. 37 1/4. So divide that by 2, I guess. So we're gonna put that center hole at 18 5/8. I know that because I use a calculator. 1 5/8. Okay, well, look at that. Don't remember exactly what decisions I made and why on this, but we're just rolling with it. All right, time to drill a hole. No, a little bigger. Is this 3/8? No, it is 5/16. Better not be 3/8. Kind of position it properly. You can still see my chalk mark here and there. So I'll take my chalk, take an angle grinder, and grind me a little flat spot to make drilling this hole a lot easier. Top center as I can get it, so I drifted a little bit, but I'm gonna fix that step bit. We're just gonna make this bigger. So I've got the hole drilled in the brake and then one drilled in the clamp. Like I said, I did that flat to make that a little easier. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and assemble everything, and then from the back side, I'm gonna thread a nut underneath it, and then I'm just gonna weld that nut to the bottom underneath. Got that in there. And flip her over. So here it is, it's all done. And the thing I'm excited about here is that oftentimes I'll only be using about half of this entire brake. So having that little bolt in the middle is going to having that little bolt in the middle is going to significantly strengthen this clamp. It's not going to start to bow up when I try to bend thicker pieces. So real quick, I'm just going to go ahead and try to bend a piece of 16 gauge, which usually is too thick for this, or it's really pushing it anyways if it's, you know, off to one side. But now I'm going to try it with that clamp, see how much more crisp the bends become. So it's not super thin by any means. It's not crazy thick, definitely not as thick as the bender itself, but I think that's about 16th or maybe 16 gauge, I'm not sure. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and try to bend this real fast, but I'm gonna use just these two and kind of leave that one just hand tight, I guess. Yeah, that clamp didn't budge one bit. That was nice. That is a very straight bend, I think. It didn't, if you look on the outside, there's not like a bulge. Before it was like bulging out because of that clamp, like that seam was bulging out because that clamp was bowing up, but still managed to do it. I can get a much sharper bend on like 20 gauge or 18 gauge, but I haven't been able to bend this 16 gauge this well. So definitely an improvement on that metal brake. To push this thing a little further, I got this piece of 1/8" bar. Now, this is a good example of when this thing would struggle, but it would struggle with 1/16 inch. This is literally double the thickness of anything I've ever tried. That sheet I just did was 1/16 inch. Now, this is a common scenario where that clamp would kind of start to fail or give way because there's not enough support in the middle, especially if it was right in the middle. These would just be the two clamping points, but since I have another one much closer by, it's gonna help out a lot. So hopefully I can get these good and tight. I'll be darned. Does seem to stretch a little bit, but not where I thought it was, because now instead of stretching at the clamp, it's this surface is stretching. So I would need to reinforce that probably with a piece of bar underneath, which I will do, but just not right now. Either way though, I don't think that's half bad. That's pretty good. That's 1/8 inch. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing. Check out that sheet metal brake full video I did. That video is pretty old now, but definitely still relevant, especially if you're trying to get into a sheet metal bender. I think I paid $18 for the thing originally. Like all together it was 18 bucks. I mean, I guess assuming you own a welder, but you could probably buy one of those for about 100 bucks on Marketplace. So $118 for a nice sheet metal brake is not bad in my opinion. Like I said, if you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing. And this was just kind of a fun little pre-Thanksgiving dinner adventure. And other than that, have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy Thanksgiving and God bless.